Oh, right, yeah. This popped up and another norm. I can't remember what the other, yeah, but anyway, yeah, a couple of these norms from I'm Not Norm have popped up, and I thought, yeah, we'll do these. That sounds racist to me. So yeah, let's go.
Do you have any other color jokes? I mean, he's just blue and yellow.
Did you just say, do we have any other colored jokes?
I knew you were going to say that.
Fucking Jimmy the Greek over here. I don't want to.
Jimmy the Greek.
How about Jimmy the Greek gets kicked out for being a racist? Meanwhile, they call him the Greek.
I actually do have context of that because of Opie and Anthony, Jimmy the Greek, but that's very true.
I'm going to lose it though.
Yeah, it's the heaviest I've ever seen.
And since I've gained it, I sweat like a
yeah, you sweat
like a whore in church. I don't mean to be
what?
I don't mean to be filthy, but
a whore in church.
Yeah, she's nervous, so she sweats because
sweating like a Chris Dorner in a Big Bear cabin.
Okay, come on.
Well, I'm just
that's racist.
Two businessmen bought the Milwaukee Bucks for $550 million. They are very excited with their purchase, as this is the only legal way to own black people. Now that is here, and I read that.
Well, you're not there. You know how businessmen are racist.
They are.
Yeah, so it's them being racist.
They are.
You.
The two businessmen that bought the Milwaukee Bucks for $550 million are racist, according to this.
They're fine, man.
They're
Jim's.
That's what you said their neighbor was? Jim Ping?
That is my neighbor. A nice fella.
Nice guy?
Let me as abacus
I want to
yesterday.
do this.
Jesus!
Oh, come on. That's not a Chinese guy.
I wasn't saying it was.
That was kind of
What are you,
racist.
Mickey Rooney?
Hey, come on.
I know he's dead,
Have
but
a little
Mickey Rooney
respect.
did a very racist thing, like you just did, in a movie called Breakfast at Tiffany's by the wonderful Truman Capote.
I wasn't doing anything racist, and you know it. But go ahead.
We start talking. She's texting me at like 4 a.m. and I'm like, oh, you know, what's going on? She's like, oh, I'm bored and I wish I had some weed. You want to come over? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And she's sending pictures of her. Oh, maybe we'll have fun. And I'm like, and so at this point,
What were the pictures?
It was like her bent over with no, clothes on and stuff. And I'm like, but at this point, my cock's making the decisions. Anyway.
Tell me.
And so I call my friend, and then she's like, yeah, just can you bring a C note? I have a roommate that sells
$100 bill.
a $100 bill, and we'll go get some weed, and you can come on. And I'm like, yeah, am I getting mugged? I called my friend. He said, put the phone number into Facebook, and you can see who the person is.
Shut the fuck up.
Yes, so I put the phone number into Facebook, and the profile comes up. It's this black guy in a ski mask in all the pictures.
It doesn't
And I'm
matter
like,
what
holy
race he
shit.
was, man.
So
As a matter of fact, I don't know how he knew he was black. He was wearing a ski mask.
Well, you could tell. So I head over there. No, I know.
I know.
No,
I've never heard his view on African Americans until this very show. That's interesting that you got that out of him.
Plenty of black friends.
Well, plenty of black friends.
Dated a black woman for months. No, I'm not a racist.
Yes.
If a man has a job and he is a racist,
Yes.
Can I say the relation that is such a weird, brilliant comedy relationship between them two, because Adam explaining him, because to putting people on the spot like that, but Adam knows that if you explain yourself, it just makes it worse, but it just makes it better. Yeah, such a great and weird comedy duo, these two.
I'm not a racist.
Yes.
if a man has a job
Yes.
and he is a racist,
Yes.
should the job be taken away from him?
No.
Okay.
But his fellows should. His fellows.
Good news for him.
Yes.
Not a racist.
You know the joke about B.B. King's wife?
No.
You don't?
No, I don't think so.
B.B.'s having a birthday, so she wants to surprise him. So she goes to the tattoo parlor. She says, put a B on one cheek and a B on the other. So the guy does it. She goes home. B.B. comes home. She opens the door, bends over, drops her shorts, and says, surprise! He said, who's Bob?
That's racist.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. The one and only Super Dave. Honest born in this joke about
Yeah, sell that to Michael Richards, man.
Why,
Wow.
that's not a racist joke.
Yeah, sure it isn't.
Who's Bob?
Yeah, you know, that's
Now, what do you think about this dog, the bounty hunter? Have you been following that at all, Norm?
that guy. I mean, to me that sounds racist. But like you gotta remember that even though that is a racist comment, listen, man, we've all known bounty hunters in our time, you know, and they have that thing like curse like a sailor. Well, that could go for bounty hunters just as well. They just chose sailor. Those guys. I mean, they're not like you or me, you know?
No, they're bounty hunters.
If you choose that as your career, you know, you're a bounty hunter. Listen, some salty language is not going to be a... You may as well just be a longshoreman. No, there's nothing worse than bounty hunting.
Norm, you're a genius. All right, we got a couple minutes left. Anything else you want to lay on the listeners before we leave today?
That was funny, that bounty hunting thing. Seems like he's going to get a pass on it, right?
I don't think so, Norm. I think he's in trouble.
Are his bounty hunting days over?
Where's he go from that?
He can't keep you on. I'm sorry, but, you know, you have to... You know, you have a public image of hunting down criminals in their hotel rooms, diving at them in the middle of the night and beating them up. We can't have you saying racist things. I don't know.
All right, Norm, I'm going to put some oxygen on my face here and recover. You're going to be on every Friday now?
Yeah, that'll be fun, right?
Oh, are you kidding me?
I'll be like your Pete Barbuti.
Barbuti. No, stop. Chuck Mangione references you're far behind.
Yeah.
Thank you, Storm and Norman. We'll talk at you down the road. This is the Dennis Miller Show.
Norm, come to my 5th grade class. I dare you.
Well, where does she? Is it? Are there black people there?
Oh my God!
Where's
what does
the
that have to do
925?
with it?
Well,
Why is it harder if there's black people
Because
there?
black people are generally poor, and poor people are generally dangerous.
Oh my God!
Wow,
I can't
Norm.
believe you just went there.
What? Black people are rich?
Black people span all the strata.
No.
And you're saying
you
and
gotta
white
check
people
your
are
statistics.
poor and
No,
my
black
God.
people are poorer than white people. You didn't know that? Are you telling
Norm.
me that you think black?
What I'm saying is that I try not to pigeonhole people into black people
truth.
are poor, not into the truth. Listen, there's a huge ignored middle class black population out there. How dare you say black people are poor and therefore dangerous?
Because I want them to be not poor. That's why.
And really, how are you gonna? What's your plan?
My plan is to first of all admit that the black people have less money than white people. Because we
Black
live in a
people,
racist
our phone
society.
number is 800-400-FM97. If you'd like to talk with Norm Macdonald, I'm sure he'd love to take your call
Absolutely.
right now. Michelle, you're on the air.
I just wanted to say that was one of the funniest things I've ever heard. And you need
What, that black
you're
people
not-
are poor? It's
no,
hilarious.
No, the teacher thing, and
Oh.
you need to probably act like you're not offended by that, because first, you don't have a right to act like you're offended, and that was funny as hell. He is right about black people being poor. You know it. I know it.
Oh,
and the
my
black
God,
people know
what
it.
has happened on this show?
Well, he taught us a lot today. I think moms.
Oh, it's a learning show.
Moms
That's
an
what
easy
it is.
job.
And where have
Teachers
you
an
guys
easy
been
job.
living for the last 300 years?
Paris, you are on the air.
I think that is completely untrue.
Go on.
Not all black people are poorer
Amen.
than
Sister?
white.
Well, I didn't say that.
That's what you
No,
said.
you said
I
black
said
people
black
have
people
less money
have
than
less
white people.
money than white people.
You've
yeah.
been to West Virginia? Because there's some white people with no money there.
Well,
Exactly.
Well, okay. You're saying one black person has more money than one white person.
What
True.
about Eddie Murphy?
Yeah. What about Eddie Murphy?
You're
Yeah.
saying by and
No,
large,
you're right.
if you
You're
break
right.
it down.
You're right. Yeah, of course, black people have less money than white people.
Yeah, I like to think, because I've heard this before, but I like something I never thought about is that her take is that the true issue that black people have is not the fact that there's a large, completely broke portion of them, but it's that the ones that have money don't get recognized.
Like as
Not
an average.
true. Not all black people have less money than white people.
but he's talking
God.
in okay.
Oh my
We all get what he's saying.
Listen. Guys in wheelchair. There's a guy in a wheelchair that can go faster than me in a race. But if I said guys in wheelchairs are generally slower than me, come on.
The way you said it was so harsh that to
Give
say...
your head a shake. Give your head a shake.
Oh, my God. All right, thank you. Hey, it's Danielle from Big Brother. Famously black woman.
Where's my 40 acres and a mule? I need my 40 acres and a mule. But you know what? He's right.
Yeah.
Go on, Danielle.
I mean, if you think
School
about
us.
it, there's been cases where the same person will apply for a job, and at times the other race gets the higher pay. I'm just keeping it real, folks.
All right, thank you, Danielle.
Absolutely. All right.
Yeah.
All right, just sum it all up, Norm Macdonald.
Well, I'm saying that having
Try
less
to offend everyone equally.
having less money or having or not having less money is not a product of your nature. It's that you don't have the money because the white people don't give you the money.
It's actually supportive of black people to say that, actually.
707
Of course
says...
I'm supportive of black people. I'm in a room of
You're saying that
racists.
to have justice,
Oh,
we should
my
all
God.
have equal,
The 415 says maybe we should
That's
educate
funny.
our... Do you want to keep him for the next segment? At this point, I'm not sure. I'm finding Norm to be somewhat on the offensive side.
You know what, though? I love that he's saying all this stuff and then looks over with a big smile.
I know,
and
big smile. He's like, oh, man, they're going to talk about this all day.
Well, I didn't know that everyone. I thought San Francisco was a little more open than.
No, San Francisco actually
They're racist?
isn't. No, they're not racist.
Well, so far, by the way, most people have agreed with me.
Yeah. I can see why she's like, because I can see why she went into like a defense thing, but also it's like there's kind of an elitism to say that saying someone's poor is an insult to them overall as a person when it isn't. Some of the best people in the world are poor and some of the worst people in the world have a lot of money, and vice versa. But yeah, it's like, have you not listened to any black person talk before in your whole life, especially in America? But not just America, but especially in America. Like, have you never listened to hip hop? If you never, where do you think that where do you think that aggression and anger came from? The fact that they was all middle class, lounging by the pool all day. Nah, they was broke, didn't have nothing, and didn't have no opportunity. But yeah. Also, Norm, the fact as well that he turned around and said, "I'm in a room with racists," because, like, I get why she jumps to the defense of it, because it's, yeah. But actually, if you listen to his point, he was making a good point. But the calling the who is that guy as well? The one that he did the face. No, man, that looks nothing like a Chinese guy, and that's racist. And he's like, this guy did. Mickey Rooney did something incredibly racist, like you just did. I'm proper putting it on him. Yeah. But yeah, that was hilarious. Well, that's the reaction. Sweet.